Assalamualaikum and selamat sejahtera. My name is Amir Fidos bin Ahmad Zaili. My members is Davidson and Robert. The second one is David Douglas and Zarini. Today we want to talk about mini project microcontroller. Next, our title for the project is Glucose Level Smart Detector. Next. Okay, table of content. We want to introduce introduction, project description, project circuit diagram, project program flow chart, project program coding, simulation result, project cost, 3D prototype conclusion, reference, and lastly is poster. Introduction. This project is part of microcontroller application course recruitment. As a product design engineer, you are need to concern and design available system as a part of your support for the Industrial Revolution 4.0 and the future of engineering. Arduino is open source electronic platform that use simple hardware and software to make it easy to use. Arduino board can take input such as light from a sensor, a finger on the button, or the Twitter message and convert them to output, such as turning on an LED, trigger a motor, or publishing anything online. By provide a set instruction to the board microcontroller, you may tell it what to do. The Arduino programming language based on wiring and the Arduino software IDE based on process and used to compile this. Thousands of project has used Arduino that year, ranging from the simple household item to complete scientific approach that attach sensor continuous check the patient glucose level and if the sensor reading reach 150 the control will active the insulin pump and issue a brief alarm. The insulin pump will turn off when the reading fall below 50 and 8-bit digital signal is generated by the chemical glucose sensor. Next, so I pass to my partner, David Douglas. Sorry, David Douglas, your mic not open.
Next is about project descriptions. The embedded microcontroller system to be developed, it will regulate glucose level in the body of someone with diabetes by continuously measuring the level of glucose and dispensing doses of insulin based on those measurement. The attached sensor continuously monitor the patient's glucose level, and if the sensor detect exceed the sensor reading exceed 150, the controller will engage the insulin pumps and generate an alarm for a short period of time. So during the reading falls to 50, the insulin pump will stop and the glucose sensor generate 8-bit digital signal, a PWM signal, control the insulin infusions pump. The system has on-off switch, reset button, uh, alarm picker, and also LCD for blood glucose monitoring. The design, this is a design on and simulations based on project. Next. So this is our project circuit diagram contain some variable resistor and also sensor, and using Arduino and also some on reset button and on off button, and also LCD, buzzer, and also DC motor act as the insulin pump to engage the insulin. Next slide.
The next is me. Program flowchart. In the program flowchart, at the start, after the start, the program will display welcome message, and then it will go to the power button. If the power button is turned on, it will display glucose level detector is on the LCD. And then if the if the power button is not turned on, and it will display glucose level detector is off. If the power button is turned on, it will enter the if statement where the value of glucose level is under 45. It will display level equal to 50. It will display the in on the LCD to stop the insulin. After that, if the glucose level is 45, yeah, higher than 45 and lower than 150, the display will be level normal, and it will display good job, and then it will go to end if the value of glucose level is higher than 150, it will display level equal to 150, and it will engage insulin pump. The alarm will activate, and then the program will end. If the reset button is pushed, it will go to start back.
Next, the project um, coding the program. This is the first one is the how do you say the LCD, declare the LCD, and then the sensor, the button, and the motor. Next, the void setup and to declare its output and also input and also LCD. Next is the void loop, the program flow. Next slide. Yeah, and then at the it's using the if else command. For example, like if the sensor detect the reading is 45, meaning to say that it's indicate the user glucose level is below 50. And then if the sensor detect around 45, it's indicate the user glucose level is more than one or equal than 150, and it will automatically um, di- display the level, and then it will engage the insulin pump, and also some the button also will turn on. Next. This is the simulations. So number one, as you can see, the figure below, it is the starting. Hello, you all, and something. And then number two is the glucose currently turned on, since the button is do not press. Next slide. So after that, the number three, the glucose sensor. Glucose level smart detector is already turned on since the button on off is already turned on. And then number four, the glucose, if the glucose level smart detector detect the user glucose level is around 50, then the insulin pump will stop. And then next, if the detector detect the user glucose level is around 50, then it will at the normal range. And then if it detects above 150, it will indicates that the insulin pump to engage, and also the alarm will turn on for a while. Next.
Okay, in this project course, so you can, as you can see, the item we use Arduino Uno, LCD display, 9-volt battery, jumper wire, buzzer, variable resistor, sensor, push button, and DC motor. The cost for everything is 144 ringgit 80 cents. Next. So this is a 3D prototype, so you can see the push button at there. So and down as have LCD, and the other side is buzzer for two pipe for DC motor, and sensor for glucose. Next. Sorry, Davison, your mic not open.
I'm sorry. Next is conclusion. In conclusion, the glucose level smart detector is essential for detecting glucose level in our body and reducing the glucose level in human body by injecting the insulin when the glucose level detected exceeds 150. When the glucose level detector detects the glucose level are lower than 50 in human body, the insulin pump will stop injecting the insulin into the body. But when the level of glucose in human body detected are higher than 50 but lower than 150, the insulin pump will act depends on the previous commands, and then the glucose level smart detector will end the program and wait for next input. Finally, glucose level smart detector will help a lot of people, especially in medical sector, to reduce or to control the glucose level in the body to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Next is references. We got our reference from internet and YouTube, like water sensor, Arduino water sensor, and from Patreon, the Geek Out. This is our poster. We have a chart and circuit schematic diagram. That's all from us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Data.